What's up, everybody? It's J2O Keep Real FOREX King back for a weekly forecast for the 7th to the 12th. It's the second week of January. Let's get it. First thing we do is check out ForexFactor.com to see the news events for the week. Definitely pay attention to the red folders, the high impact news events. So to start the week off, Sunday is a bank holiday. So the any JPY pair is going to pretty much be slow. So be cautious in trading this pair. If you're trying to like scout for crazy pips, it probably won't be there like on Sunday. But really, Monday, that's when the market really opens up. And Monday, you got news events that affects the euro and the CHF and JPY USD from London to New York session. But in London, there's high impact news for the CHF pair, which is the CPI MM. And for this is like change in price of goods and services purchased by consumers. So during London session, it's going to be volatility. They could capitalize on that. And then Tuesday, we have some unemployment rates affecting the CHF pair, mostly low impact news events until you get to Asian session with the CPI, YY that affects the AUD. And this again changes the prices of goods and services purchased by consumers. So expect some volatility during Asian session. And then Wednesday, you have a couple more news events. The main one that's I'll be looking into be the GBP during New York session when the Bo Governor Bailey speaks, because it will move the market based off what he says. Then Thursday, the heavily impact news event day. There's a lot of CPI data affecting the USD pairs during New York session. To definitely be on the lookout for that. So Thursday is probably the most hectic day, I would say. And then we get into Friday to end the week. You got GBP during London session. You got GDPMM. And if you look into that, that is change of total value of goods and services produced by the economy. Then you got New York session, you got some more core PPI data, which is high impact news. So really Thursday and Friday are huge days, I would say, during the week for news events. And last week was, the first week of the year with non-farm payroll, NFP. So using NFP changes the direction of certain markets um, based on the trend with the news data. So we're going to see the fluctuation this week based off what happened last week. So now let's look at certain pairs. Let's look at USD CHF. So this week, obviously, there's news events affecting the CHF pair, but based off the 4-hour chart and how last week ended, I'm looking to see right now focusing on downtrend. So last week, NFP created this 4-hour structure reversal, and it came back down. So I'm looking for sell opportunities to ride down to test the previous low for this week. If we break it, great. We might retrace up and then we might shoot down. But my main goal is to focus on sales this week, since I already know the dollar is weak this week as well. Now let's look at the next pair. GBP USD. So again, last week NFP create is a forward chart. NFP created the structure with this reversal candle on the 4-hour. It shot the market down and then it pulled up based off the news data. So this week, still focused on buy opportunities. So I'm looking for a retracement to come back down and buy back up to see if we're going to test this previous high area. Ideally, that's where I'm targeting. But if we don't go there, it's okay. But that's what I'm targeting to see if we test a previous high, because we are on the uptrend and the dollar is weak. So I'm going to focus on the pound direction. And there is news events later on this week that affects the pound. Now let's look at the next pair. Let's look at those who trade GBP, JPY. So this is a 4-hour chart as well. So last week, there's a lot of bullish momentum And NFP really didn't do too much for this pair because it doesn't really affect this pair like that. But right now it's still uptrend. So if I was to trade this, I would try to potentially look for a retracement and look for buy opportunity to ride it back up because we're focusing mostly on buys on this pair for the long term because we are on an uptrend for this pair. And now for the next pair, Euro AUD. This is a nice pair to trade, especially if you want to hold a pair during easing session, because obviously the AUD pair is going to be move a lot during the easing session, or the New Zealand's going to move a lot. So right now, based on this 4-hour chart, um, we had to see what happened with NFP. So NFP last week created this structure, this wick up here to trap people, and then it came back down. So right now, I do see us have more momentum come back down. And then if we come back down, we might just, create a structure and shoot back up. So for this pair, I am trying to wait for the buy opportunities. If we come back down to the demand zone down around here, I'm going to be looking for potential like buy opportunities. But that's my bias. But if you do want to ride it sells down, you could. Just look for a structure or retracement, and you could ride it down potentially. But if it like comes back up and breaks here, then we already know we're going up higher, and then it'll be a continuation. Sometimes retracements don't go all the way down to your zone area, but you just gotta be mindful for the structure of the candlestick patterns. So it's good to practice candlestick patterns as well. And this pair, Euro New Zealand, been consolidating a lot. So I will be on the lookout for. I probably won't trade this, but I will look to see what happens become this zone if I see like a nice structure to take up. But that's just me personally. But I don't really like trading consolidation markets because it's too choppy. You can't hold a trade too long because it's gonna come back up. So just be careful if you trade that pair. And the USD JPY. So this pair, the thing about this pair, if you go to the daily chart, um, since what, July time period, it created a structure for this bullish movement up, and then from November it retraced down, and now to start the year, we look like we're about to create the uptrend. So right now, we go to the forward chart. Um, we can see what happened last week with NFP. So NFP created this wick structure to trap people, and then came down. That's how the market ended on Friday. So right now, I'm still looking for sales because I do want to see potential if I could crash the retracement back down a little bit. If we start to come back down a little bit before we shoot all the way back up again. But sometimes it may not go like that, so you gotta be mindful about the retracement that might not come all the way down. But overall, we are on a pretty much bullish trend on this pair. But right now, understand where we're at right here. This here plays a role where we could potentially, retrace up and come back down. Or if we break through here, then I have to reassess. We might not come all the way back down. So it just depends on the structure. And then for Euro CHF, it's a lot of consolidating, so I'm really not gonna pay attention to this pair. And then those who trade gold or chart. So I don't like this type of structure. This all happened because of the news. So right now, I will probably wait it out. Since we are on a overall on a high time frames, it's an uptrend, but we are on a retracement cycle. So I will just be cautious trading that. But silver is more of a clearer move. Silver, I can show you why it's a clearer move. This is the pair that I traded. because you have this strong 4 hour structure, and then obviously NFP created this wick down to trap people, then it shot back up. So I will be looking for buy opportunities. If you come back down and see if we get to the next area, well, next high. So for silver, definitely focus on buy opportunities overall. And also, what else we got to look at? US dirty. So US dirty is an interesting pair. Lately, since December time period, we retraced back up, and obviously to start the year we came back down a little bit. So ideally, I would like it to come back to the zone to look for buy opportunities. I like it to, retrace and come back down here, for destruction and shoot all the back up, ideally. So I'm gonna hold off on this because I want to wait for like the buy opportunity. But if you see opportunity catching like sell retracements or scalp, then you could take those. And last but not least, let's look at GBP CHF. So let's go to the forward chart. So this pair has been on a downtrend. As you can see, it's been on a downtrend. Right now, it's been retracing slowly. So since it's retracing slowly, it's taking a while. Soon it's going to just shoot back down. And that's why I'm looking for the sell opportunity soon. So for GBP, CHF, looking for sell opportunity. For breakthrough, it's cool. Mine retrace down before shoot back up. But ideally, I'm aiming down for creating new lows. So that's pretty much it right now for the second week. I'm definitely going to be looking at the calendar. The days, especially, is going to be what? Thursday, Friday. It's going to be heavy. So that being in mind, definitely going to be cautious with my risk early in the week and then pick it up later on in the week. But that's pretty much the setups. Definitely trade what you see, now what you think, and use proper risk management. If you have any questions, just comment, let me know. Right now, we out here.